Visiting Iceland during the winter is absolutely magical. You have snow-covered landscapes, majestic sights, mythical ice caves, cozy hot springs, and of course, the chance to see the Northern Lights. For many travelers, witnessing the Northern Lights is a bucket list experience, and Iceland just so happens to be one of the best spots in the entire world to see them. My name is Dan, a born and raised Icelander, and in this video I'll share with you everything you need to know about the Northern Lights. What they are, what months of the year they'll be visible, 3 things you'll need to see them, with my top recommendations to maximize your chances. If the video is helpful, consider giving it a like and even consider subscribing as well. Let's get started with the video. So what exactly are the Northern Lights? Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. High up in the sky, particles from the sun collide with the Earth's atmosphere, and when that happens, the sky lights up with these incredible colors. Usually green, but sometimes red or even purple. It's like nature's own light show, and Iceland just so happens to be sitting in one of the best spots on Earth to see them. What affects how often and how spectacular you can see the Northern Lights is the sun's 11-year solar cycle. The phenomenon becomes much more visible during the solar maximum, when solar activity peaks and you get much more frequent sunspots and solar flares, which are perfect conditions for seeing the Northern Lights. We're currently in solar cycle 25, which reached its peak or solar maximum in October 2024. That puts 2025 firmly in the high activity window, and the elevated solar activity is expected to continue into late 2026, giving us an excellent Northern Lights viewing period. The Northern Lights only appear or are only visible when it's dark enough, making it a winter phenomenon. The Northern Light season runs from late August until early April. During these months, you'll have long nights and plenty of opportunities to catch them. And in order to see them, you'll need 3 things. Number 1, you'll need clear skies, since you can't see the Northern Lights if the clouds are blocking your view. Number 2, you'll need complete darkness, meaning 2 things. Number 1, you want to be here during winter, because that's when it gets dark. If you're ever here during the summertime, when we have 24 hours of daylight, you can't see anything. So you want to be here during winter, but also since light pollution makes it harder to see the lights, you want to get out of the city. Because here in Reykjavik, we have all these lights in the city lighting everything up, so you can even have some vibrant Northern Lights above you, but you can hardly see them because the light pollution is blocking the visibility. The 3rd thing that you'll need is Northern Lights activity. You need clear skies, complete darkness, but Northern Lights activity in order for them to show, and they are unpredictable. Sometimes we'll have many nights in a row where they light up the sky for hours, and then we'll have a few nights in a row where they won't show up at all. So clear skies, complete darkness, and Northern Lights activity. But how can you know which nights of the week we're gonna have vibrant Northern Lights and clear skies, and which nights of the week we'll have no Northern Lights activity or heavy cloud coverage? That's where the Northern Lights forecast comes in. The Northern Lights forecast, it's completely free to use, and I'll link to it in the description of this video. A lot of travelers have trouble understanding the forecast, so I'll explain it in a simple way. Basically, the Northern Lights forecast blends together 3 key pieces of information that you'll need. Number 1 being the Northern Lights activity level that we talked about before. Because in order for you to see the Northern Lights, they'll need to be out and they'll need to be vibrant. And on the Northern Lights forecast, there is a meter going from 0 to 9, which will tell you the Northern Lights. Some say strength level, some say how vibrant they're going to be. It goes from 0 to 9. If it's a 0, 1, or a 2, it's nothing special and it's faint Northern Lights. Sometimes you get some decent sights when it's a 2, but basically a good rule of thumb is that if you see Northern Lights activity at a level 3 or more, we'll have strong, vibrant Northern Lights. Then we also have a cloud coverage map overlaying Iceland. Basically, you see all of Iceland, and what you want to be looking at is the area that you're going to be exploring. Reykjavik is in the lower left-hand corner. Most people are staying in Reykjavik and they'll go a little bit outside of the city, so that's the area that you want to be looking at. It's a little bit confusing, but green doesn't mean northern lights. Green means clouds and white means clear skies. And there is a little slider at the bottom of the map where you can actually move the slider to see how both the cloud coverage and the northern lights activity will change throughout the times of day and days of the week. And then we have something called sunrise, sunset, moonrise, and darkness timing. Based on Reykjavik's schedule, this will actually tell you when it'll be dark enough for you to see the northern lights. Now let's talk about the best way to maximize your chances of seeing the northern lights. While you could rent a car and try chasing the northern lights on your own, I always recommend joining a small group Northern Lights tour, and here's why. The tour is operated by Northern Lights experts with years of experience, and they'll monitor the weather and the northern lights forecast throughout the entire day. So when nighttime comes, they'll know the exact right spot with the best chances of seeing the northern lights, and that's where they take the tour. The second reason is that the tour only departs if chances of seeing the northern lights are actually good, so you're not wasting your evening. There are some other northern lights tours that will depart just every single night, so you may be spending 2, 3, 4 hours driving around in the darkness when everybody knew prior and beforehand that the chances of seeing the northern lights was practically zero. It's such a waste of time and not fun for everyone, so this tour only departs if the chances of seeing the northern lights are great. And lastly, if your tour does depart, forecast is predicting high northern lights activity and they simply don't show up, then you do have the option to go again on the tour until you do see the northern lights. This gives you the best chances of seeing the northern lights while keeping it fun, safe, and stress-free. Since you won't have to spend the day monitoring the weather forecast, the northern lights forecast, and driving by yourself in dark and icy conditions. And if you do want to check out the Northern Lights tour that we work with, which is always a small group experience, operated by Northern Lights experts and has the highest reviews in all of Iceland, I'll link to that in the description. It's listed on our website at the lowest price, but since you're watching this video, you can use the promo code DAN for an extra discount. And I always recommend trying your very best to have the Northern Lights tour scheduled for early on in your stay, so preferably first or second night, maybe first night if you can, since that will give you plenty of time throughout your stay. If the Northern Lights forecast isn't looking great, you'll be able to reschedule to a different night during your stay with higher chances of seeing the Northern Lights. This is a common question and possibly the most asked questions about the Northern Lights. Can I see them in Reykjavik? And it's understandable. You have travelers that are staying in Reykjavik wondering to themselves, can I just see them from here? And the answer is technically yes, but it's very uncommon. I myself, I live in Iceland, I live in Reykjavik, and every winter, maybe once, twice, 3 times, I'll see them from the city. Sometimes they're quite vibrant, but most often they're a bit faint because you have the light pollution, which really affects the visibility of the lights. So if you want to see the true vibrant green, sometimes purple, sometimes red, northern lights that you came to Iceland to see, then you want to drive a little bit outside of the city. So to sum it up, the Northern Lights are nature's most magical show, visible here in Iceland from late August through mid-April. The best chances of seeing the Northern Lights is joining a small group tour with local experts who know when and where to go. So for those visiting Iceland during winter, I sincerely hope this video helped in maximizing your chances of seeing the magical Northern Lights. If there's anything that's unclear, or if you have any questions at all, leave a comment in the section below. And if this was helpful, please give it a like, consider subscribing. That would be fun. And I'll see you guys in Iceland soon. Sjáumst!